I would like to, without further ado, give the word to Linda, but she asked me to do a little bit intro to what the metaverse is, because this is such a hype word. I think it's, you know, trending, and the official pretty much description comes from the novel by Neil Stephenson. He's credited with coining the term metaverse in his 1992 science fiction novel Snow Crash, in which he envisioned lifelike avatars who met in realistic 3D buildings and other virtual reality environments. So, you know, I've been in this metaverse environment for a while now, and I see a little trend that's happening. Yeah, I heard a little sound. So the trend is we want to use the word metaverse to describe all of the collection of different worlds, right, under this umbrella. Like, for example, we have internet, and internet has a whole bunch of websites. And what we're trying to do is the metaverse is the place where all the worlds kind of like covered, right? But what I'm seeing a lot of people using metaverse in terms of like, I'm building a metaverse, or how to build your own metaverse. So a lot of people using the metaverse as a description of their own world. And because it's so new, we're gonna see maybe a lot of this flexibility, and we're gonna see how people are gonna use this term later on. But so far, officially, metaverse is the collection of different worlds, which we're going to hear about from Linda. Do you guys have any questions so far? Anybody wants to announce anything? We'll just give 1 or 2 minutes to do that. Okay, Linda, do you want to take the floor?
Sure, I will. I will appreciate the intro. Hi, everybody.
Oh, I forgot to actually introduce you, by the way. You are, we met back in, hello? Oh. Yeah, we met back in New York. She was a tour guide, and we both work as tour guides now. She's one of the best people that will, you know, knows the metaverse.
Now I'm a tour guide in the metaverse, especially during the pandemic. You know, it's a place to get away to and hang out in. So yeah, metaverse is a collection of worlds. It meets certain criteria. It uses a 3D, and you can access different metaverse platforms. Some of them you can access with virtual reality headset. Some of them you can access with your PC. Some of them you would access with a virtual reality headset that's connected to a PC. So what I'm going to be doing is using my VR headset, my Oculus Quest, which is now called a Meta Quest. Facebook owns Oculus. Facebook is now called Meta. So Oculus is no more. It's called Meta. It's a Meta Quest. So I'll be using my headset and casting so you could see what I'm seeing. And we're going to visit 4 or 5 metaverse platforms, is what I call them. They're their own universe that contain virtual worlds and where people can interact. Some of them will be social spaces. Some of them will be transaction-based. Some of them will be educational, and we'll see the similarities and the differences. So I put a link into the chat. I don't know if it's still there. And it's a Google Doc that just lists the itinerary for the tour tonight. And so I'm going to just set up my casting here to make sure that you can see everything and get it all set up. So give me 1 sec because my casting stopped. Hang on. Let's see. Oops. I have to unlock my headset, set it to cast, and I'll share my screen in a sec. Okay, so what you're seeing is the dashboard of my Oculus or Meta Quest. And so you're seeing what I'm seeing in my headset. Once I put my headset over my eyes, I can't see my screen anymore. So you guys are just gonna tag along with me. Hopefully you can hear. If you have questions, you could put them in the chat.
Did you want me to tell you which worlds should you go next from your Google Doc? Okay.
Yeah, so Evie's going to, because I can't read my own document, even though I know in my mind where I want to go. Evie's going to.
I'm gonna send this document in the chat again because I don't see it here, and then everybody can open it and save it for later. It's in the chat.
Okay, so if you have questions, you could type them into chat, and maybe Evie, as we go along, if you see questions that I can answer,
okay,
you can read them to me. So these are all my apps in the Oculus Quest. I have 122, so it holds a lot. Not all of them are Metaverse apps. Some of them are games. Some of them are videos like YouTube and things. So the Metaverse apps are pretty specific, and we'll take a look. The first one is called AltSpace, and AltSpace is actually owned by Microsoft. AltSpace is the social arm of Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Mesh. Microsoft has a lot of business clients that meet up in AltSpace, but it's also a free app that anyone can use to create events and worlds. And so, like any other Metaverse app, you're going to be traveling and seeing things through the eyes of your avatar. So you can see my avatars here to the right. AltSpace gives you certain bodies and skin tone, and you can modify your avatar to look however you like. And most of the Metaverse apps will do that, but some of them you use like a ready-made avatar or a generic avatar. So everyone gets an avatar, and when you are happy with the way you look, so if you are just coming into AltSpace, you will get a generic avatar that you can customize to look the way you want. Excuse me, my cat. I hope my cat isn't walking around. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Get down. Okay. And you can see as I move my hands, my avatar's hands move as well. Let me get that back up.
I can't see well right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it just popped off. Hang on.
Full.
There we go. Okay, so if you see, I'm moving my hands and my avatar is moving along with me. So you can get to, when you first join AltSpace, there's a tutorial that'll take you through how to move around, how to get into certain spaces. And when you go to your main menu, let's see, let me go to news, and then I'll go to main menu. I'm still, oh, I see, okay. So you have your dashboard down here, and these are all the events that are going on. It has a little calendar, has the event lineup, and these are worlds that you can go to and enter. So what I'm going to do in all of these different metaverses is to visit a social space and a world. So we want to get to the campfire. Let's see. So these are the main destinations. If you click on the destination menu, this is what's going on now. The popular places. So the campfire is a place that's always got people in it. I'm going to enter it. And it'll take a minute to load in. And you always kind of have to go through this stuff. So if you see all these avatars moving around, those are all real people. And you can engage in discussions. Right now I'm muted, so I'm muted by default. You get some information here about what the Campfire is. And you can go to tutorials. Sometimes if you're in a space, there will be portals to other worlds or other experiences. Here's a group of people having a discussion. I don't know, can you hear?
Not really, but
Yeah, I mean, you can hear them speaking, but not clearly.
it's also a special audio. The closer you come, the better you hear them.
Yeah, so I mean, if my mic was on, if I wasn't muted here, they could hear me speaking. So we may, run into some people in our metaverse tour. But again, so somebody created this world using Unity and uploading it into AltSpace. Some of the worlds have interactables. So let's see if there's, I see marshmallows. So I could pick that up and maybe get a marshmallow out of the bag and put it in the fire. Oops, I dropped it. Oh, well. So there's a little bit of a learning curve to moving around and figuring out how things work. But this is a pretty typical social space, a little quiet now. But you can meet people. This is where you would meet people and make connections. You also have a friends list. So if you click on your radial menu here and then look on the side, it'll tell you what friends of yours are online, and you could join them so that you could be in the same experience together. So we're going to go into one of the worlds. Let me close this out and go to the title screen.
Hey, Linda, we have a question about if you can be in the metaverse on the invisible mode.
Not in AltSpace. No.
What about
No.
the bubble option?
The bubble is only so that other avatars don't get too close to you.
Okay.
That was, that's a big thing that's going on now. Somebody complained that they were groped, and it does happen. There are a lot of kids. You run into kids, and they get in your face, and it can be a very unpleasant experience. So now, by default, AltSpace and also Horizons have a zone around you, so nobody could come too close. You can turn that zone off so that you can hug people and shake hands and, do whatever you want. But by default, there's a space around you that nobody can violate. So we're going to go into a world, and they also use codes. So if you want to create an event, and anyone can create an event or a world, and each world and event gets a code number. So if it's a private world, you can provide your friends with the code and they can join, or you can make it a public world and post the code up on Facebook or wherever so that people can use the code and don't have to go searching through the event calendar.
So I can give you a code?
Yeah, so we're going to look at a code for one of the worlds.
Fine art or solid fine art you want?
Yeah.
VYK448.
Okay, so it's a 6-letter code, 3 letters and 3 numbers.
And it's, by the way, it's in the Google Drive in the chat. You can open it and follow it if you'd like.
Yeah, so, I made a list of the itinerary of the places we're going to go tonight. So this is a pop art gallery. It's actually a real gallery that exists in the world, in the physical world, and they've made a virtual space for themselves to show off their art. So if I click enter, So now I don't know if anyone else is in the world right now. I can't tell. So we may see other avatars in there, other people, or maybe not. Because in AltSpace, you can create a private world of your own, but you can't make a private world out of somebody else's world. And I'll explain that later on. Let me see places where you can. So if you're hearing a voice, it's somebody explaining that this is a real gallery in Dubai, and you can sign up for invitations and giveaways. And so this is just a room that someone created and to post up these artworks. Some of them are for sale. So there is some transactional based stuff here in AltSpace. It's not all just games. My cat in front of the computer again, I can't tell. So here it says, click me. And it'll take you out to a page where you can get more information about this particular artwork. You could put a bid on it. So you can use any of these spaces for your own meetups or for hangout space, but this is a specific art gallery kind of a world. They do have a little exhibition space. Let's see, there's a theater here somewhere. They have quite a few rooms. So here's a theater. So if they want to do a presentation or an auction or a show, it could. Oh, what is that?
Hi. What?
Oh, someone mute, please. Okay, are you guys still hearing me?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, so this is one type of world in the AltSpace metaverse. You can see they have this nice skybox here. So we're gonna go out of AltSpace and head over to another metaverse platform. I'm gonna get my Oculus menu up and I'm gonna quit AltSpace. And we're gonna head into Horizon Worlds. Horizon Worlds is Facebook's metaverse platform. Again, it's a social space. It's user-created worlds, just like AltSpace. You access them with your avatar. They use a different avatar system. So I can't take my AltSpace avatar and have it applied to Horizon. My avatar looks a little different, but it's the same concept where I can customize it, different hair, different clothes, different look. But AltSpace and Horizon only use human avatars. So you have to look like a person. Some of the other metaverses are more fanciful and you can be, you know, a gorilla or a tiger. But AltSpace and Horizon are not, they're a little strict in that regard. So when you come into Horizon, you also have a menu and they divide up their worlds into different categories. So you have spaces you could play in. You know, they have featured games and these foster social activity. So when you go into these games, there'll be other people in there and you'll be joining them. This mini game is kind of a lot of fun. You're matched with 3 random people, and you play 3 mini games, small games like, feed the dragon. So you have interactables where you're picking up objects and throwing them at people, or putting things together using your hands. And it's a lot of fun. And they have hangout space where you could just, hang out and chill, like a pizza parlor or a coffee shop or jazz club, lots of clubs and dance clubs. The main hangout space, social gathering space for Horizon is called the Plaza. So it's a little misleading where it says 2 of 8 people, because once 8 people fill the plaza, they make a duplicate instance of it. So you could actually have 800 people in 100 different plazas. So we're going to check out the plaza. And the plaza will often have Facebook moderators who help you out if you have questions. Now, I'm not sure I can mute myself. I'm going to try to mute myself because whenever I go in the plaza, people just kind of come and try to talk to you. And a lot of times it's kids, but we'll see. You never know who you're going to meet when you enter one of these worlds. So it looks empty, but it isn't. So I'm just got off the spawn point. So once you spawn in, people spawn in at the same spot. And let's see. So I have a menu on my wrist. I can mute myself if I want here. I can get back to that world menu by holding down my left Oculus button, which allows me to move around and go to other places. The plaza also has portals. So you can come to a space, and when it says visit world, you can walk through it. And that's another way to enter that world. And here you have an information booth with community guides. Again, you have people hanging out that you could join. Hello. Hi. And you can change your settings and talk to people about how to do things. So, oh, I'm on a Zoom call, so I'm talking with a bunch of people. Yeah, so I'm casting, and so they're seeing, so you could say hi. I think we have about like 40 people. So I'm trying to, to be kind of unobtrusive. So this is the social space, again, where you can join other places. These are like the popular kinds of games that are available. So we're also going to go visit a world. So I'm going to go back into that menu. And down here at the bottom, there's a dashboard that lets me search worlds. So where it says worlds, and these again are all user created, and I'll show you a little bit of the creation tools that they have. I can search worlds, or they recommend worlds, or worlds that I like, that I've liked. An art school, Wands and Broom is fun, where you ride on a broom and you wear a witch hat and people have to chase you. Balloon Bash is a fun game. So where are we going? Bolorama?
Oh, we never, hold on. From your list, you have Bolorama, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Horizon, Bolorama. Goodbye. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like people kind of, it's hit or miss who you're going to meet in the plaza. But one of the things about Horizon Worlds is right now, when I go into this world, this Bolorama world, people can find me there. If somebody's looking at popular worlds, it might say there are 2 or 3 people in Bolorama. But I can also create a closed instance of the world. please tell me if my cat is blocking the screen. I know he's up there on my
The
desk.
mouse is moved. The mouse control moved a little bit.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
Yes.
She saw a tail.
Hold on, let me, yeah, he can't, he's got to get his button there, All right, how's that?
Good.
All right. So right now, we're the only ones here. But again, you can see this is kind of a fun place to hang out with friends. You could actually bowl a game. Let's see if I can pick up a ball here. Now I'm a lefty, so it's always a little bit. And I'm sitting at my desk, so I don't want to crash into my computer. But you could bowl a game here. There's Interactables. When somebody wins, they can grab that trophy and, I don't know if these are interactable. You can get a drink. No, sometimes, it depends on the creator. But this creator started a dance floor, which is cool.
Hey, can you mention about the subscription fees involved with using?
Oh, sure. Well, right now, AltSpace is free and Horizon is free. There is no subscription fee. So, you can dance around the dance floor. And one cool thing they have is this camera where you can take selfies. Let me get the other menu up. So here I am dancing on the dance floor. You can take a selfie. And this gets saved to my headset so I can post it on Facebook. And all my friends can see what a great time I'm having. So let's just look for a second at the creation tools. Because down here, you can go to create. And there's a bunch of tutorials that show you how to make your own world. And so all of the worlds in Horizon are, again, user created. Facebook put a lot of money towards contests and incentives for creators to build worlds that are popular. And they're doing everything they can to make it a metaverse that people really want to come to. So
Hi, and welcome to Horizon's Creation.
I don't know. Can you hear the video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I stopped it. So basically, they give you this tutorial about how you could pick up objects and put them together and create these worlds, and then it goes into scripting so that you can have interactables and have games and things. So any question about Horizon?
You can't make yourself private, right? Like invisible in Horizon?
Yes, well, no, you can't make yourself private, but you can make the instance of the world private.
Okay, yeah.
So nobody else can come into the world. So when you're ready to go into a world, you get a choice between whether you want an open session or closed session where only friends can join you or whether anyone can join you. And that's something new. I mean, everything was open and people complained that, they were getting annoyed. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to have a Facebook account, it's supposed to be over the age of 13, but many people aren't. So where are we going next?
Hold on, give a second. So, Multiverse.
Okay, so
Grand
Multiverse.
Central?
Yeah, Multiverse started as an educational app. It wasn't really a metaverse platform. It had it had a planetarium and it had a museum with Greek gods. And it was used for education. Teachers could bring groups of students to learn about the planets.
Are you standing up or sitting down?
And just recently, within the last month, they opened up some new areas of Multiverse, and it's become this gigantic metaverse platform now. So they give you a home space. So when you first come in, you need to sign up. I mean, the same thing with AltSpace. You need to sign up on their website. With AltSpace, you need a Microsoft account. For Horizon, if you have a Facebook account, you could download Horizon on your VR headset. Horizon is only for VR. AltSpace, you could use a desktop mode or a VR mode. Multiverse, you would sign up on their website and then download the app on your headset. So Multiverse is only on VR headset, only on the Quest. And so you get a home space. You can, modify your home space by uploading photos to the website. And when you come in, your photo is there. And so in your home space, you can invite people in your home space. And there are portals in your home space to different parts of Multiverse. So here's a NASA Spacecast. And their main hub, their social hub, is called Grand Central. So we'll go there.
There is no other class. There is no other 100 dev teachers. Be careful.
I'm
Right.
sorry,
Be careful.
that's not me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so we're going to go into Multiverse, into Grand Central. And I mean, I'm a tour guide at Grand Central Terminal, so it sort of looks like the real Grand Central because it has the staircases and the, well, they don't really have Gustavino tile, but, oh, this is new. They have an open, every time I come here, they've done something new. Last time I was here, the Golden Gate Bridge was there. So they give you a generic avatar. You see those blue people down there and the pink lady and the aqua. So my hands are pink, so I'm pink. And my photograph is in front. So it's like my profile pic. So you could hear different languages, and there are people here from all over the world. So Grand Central has portals again. So this is, they have a maze game and a zombie game. They have a coffee house, a comedy club, book clubs, events. Here's the planetarium. And something new that they introduced, oh, and here's their college campus. So let's just go in here for a second, take a look, because it's a little noisy here. So they have a subscription tier. I'm a free member, I don't pay anything. And as a free member, you just get to upload photographs and videos to your home space and to your Infiniverse apartments, which I'll show you in a sec. But they have partnerships with colleges and businesses. So they have a business park where there are conferences, classes, lectures, all sorts of activities going on. And people rent parts of Multiverse for their own purposes, and they can customize it. There's also a recording studio. Somebody asked me, where's the rap room? I thought, he said, where's the bathroom? But there's a studio for people to do audio and video films and things. So they give you the menu here on your wrist, let you navigate. One of the things they have is rooms. And so these are some of the rooms that you could go to. This is the zombie town. And people can create their own space called Multiverse, so their own multiverse, and they can list it on here. Recently, I jumped into a room and it was a woman who did a lot of quilting, and she had photographs of all her quilts and links to her website. So one of the things that they've just recently came out with is Infiniverse Beta. Infiniverse is actually a city, or actually multiple cities. I'm going to go back into Grand Central and find the portal for Infiniverse, because that's kind of where all the action is right now. Let's see.
I have a question. Which metaverse is the one that sells lands as NFTs?
Oh, that's the Decentraland.
Yeah, we're gonna go back.
Yeah, that's PC only. So here's Infiniverse. So they don't sell land, but Infiniverse sells apartments.
Is that where
So-
you bought the apartment?
Yeah, I'll show you apartments. So we're going to go into Central City, which is really the first city that was built. So this app is still in pre-beta, the Infiniverse, but they have over 100,000 users already. What they did was, when you first came into Infiniverse, you got 100 free meta coins. And meta coins is not crypto, it's digital currency, it's in-game only right now. I mean, of course, there's a lot of speculation that it might turn into crypto at some point. But right now it's just in-game currency. And so all of these circles that you see on the buildings, and if you wait a sec, they'll fill in pictures. These are all people who have bought these apartments in the, oh, I don't know why it's not happening. And when you buy an apartment, the building gets taller. So I've got 6 apartments. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so you can see, you know, people really want in the spawn point. You know, those are supposedly the most valuable properties, because Infiniverse is also they just started yesterday selling storefronts. So if you have a business account with Infiniverse, you're entitled to buy up to 3 storefronts. And you can pretty much do what you like in that storefront. You could sell NFTs. Here's somebody selling books, or they're authors, you know, author of addiction books. You know, you could have links to your website where you could sell stuff, or you could just use it as a gallery or event space. So I'll just take you to one of my properties. So I bought this place for a couple of hundred coins because they give you 500. So, you know, I happened to get there, you know, pretty early. There was nobody else there. So this is, there was like nothing here. And if you wait for it to fill in, you'll see people bought around me and they started building around me. And now I have this great view. And so my apartment's become more valuable. I haven't fixed it up yet, but I could, and I can list it in the rooms and, you know, put in my own furniture or even hire somebody to do that for me. If I click here, I go out in the street and then you can see what the building looks like. So there are still some bargains, and you can hear people like wandering around looking for cheap apartments.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. This is fun. I love going in and seeing what they've done, you know, because every time you go in, they've changed something. So when I bought this place, it was only me and that creature on the top floor. So, you know, and they have a subway system now, so you can get around. And if you click on the doorway, it tells you how much the apartments are worth. So this is mine. It's 1,400 meta coins now, and it cost me like $250 or something. So
Wow.
things are going up.
You can retire now.
Yeah, right. I mean, right now I can only, you know, sell it back for meta coins. But, you know, with all these storefronts here, those meta coins might get me something, you know, something real. So who knows? We'll see. But it's another kind of metaverse. You know, it's not quite transaction based. It's not purely social. People are having a lot of fun in here. You know, just running around getting apartments. People are buying. There's an FDNY district. There's an arts district. There's a mental health district. So there's all, you know, people are forming communities and you know, the arts district is going to have events. So, you know, some fun stuff is going to happen here. Okay, so what's our next one?
Okay, give me a second. VR chat.
VR chat. Okay, so VR chat. I would say it's another social metaverse. It's very creative. It's subscription based, so it's not like it's owned by Facebook or I'm not quite sure who owns VR chat, but it's very, very geared towards creators because there's just some amazing worlds in there. You could just do so much stuff. When you go in, I'm going to click go to default home, because when you first go into VR chat, you go in this home space and it can be crazy. I mean, VR chat can be really crazy. There's kids in there and people running around. There's all kinds of animals. So at first, when you come in, you might not see anybody, but again, there's one spawn point. So everybody comes in at the same place. It seems a little quiet right now, but if you move around, you get a menu. So I'm going to press my Oculus menu button, and this tablet pops up. And this is how you can get around. I'm going to make it bigger. So you can get around this way. You can choose an avatar. I like the frog. I have a bunch more, but there's some public ones. So it's kind of, though, if you pick one of the public ones, everybody knows you're a newbie. There are, so I'm free. I'm a free, I don't pay. There's other tiers where, you know, the more your membership, the more premium your membership, the more stuff you get for your avatar, or the more privileges you get in these different worlds. You know, I'm okay just being, you know, the frog and, you know, and moving around that way. But there are portals here. I'm going to close the menu. As you move around, you can see different portals, just like in Horizon and in AltSpace. There's an obstacle course. So these are different worlds and different activities that you can participate in. How are we doing on time?
Hold on. We're doing fine.
Yeah.
7:17 right now.
Okay, I'm just going to pop into the bird sanctuary.
Oh yeah.
So when you look at the world, it tells you PC or Quest. So VR chat has a desktop version and a Quest version. And a lot of people use it with tethered VR, so PC VR as well. So this is one of the worlds. I'm just going to walk into it. Hello. And it'll load in. And I don't know if there are other people in there or not, but I'm going to. We'll see when we get there. And there's a way you can make a private instance of a world, and I'll do that in the next world. Oh, God. Oh, there's a ton of people in here. I muted myself. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. Bye. Let's go. We're going to go to a private instance.
It's kind of cool to see all these worlds have different creatures. I mean, this VR chat has all kinds of people, like all kinds of forms.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're going to kick me out. So hold on a second. Let me see. I'm gonna. All right, so I'm going to do a private instance. See where it says new instance on the menu here? And I'm going to say only friends can join me. So now all these people will go away. I'm an introvert, so this drives me crazy when I go into a world and there's like a gazillion people in there.
Somebody says, I remember trying out VR chat in 2017. Looks like they've added a lot of new content.
Well, you know, every day more stuff is happening. You know, it's so interesting for me to just, you know, explore. I mean, I'm an explorer, so, you know, as a tour guide or just as a you know, even when I was a kid, I used to just take these long walks and look around. And this to me is like, here you go. You hungry? I love it. So, you know, you have these worlds where you could chill. We'll try the movie and chill one. That's fun. You have this kind of emoji wheel here where you can, you know, like, let's see, what am I going to do here? I could like make little happy emojis, or if I want somebody to, you know, I don't want to talk, I can just, you know, send up these little things. Yeah, so these have codes also. And again, if you have friends, right now I don't have any friends online. I don't have a lot of friends in VR chat, I have some. But once in a while I go on these world hops where they just take you to different cool places. And one of the places that they took me to was this one called Movie and Chill. I'll just put movie. The Movie and Chill, oh, offline. Oh, sorry about that. Doesn't look like we can do it. Offline till the 4th, that's tomorrow. Oh, too bad. Well, let's try this one, Super VR Ball. We could do another private instance because that one's probably full of kids too. And this is a game. Or yeah, so some of them are like quests where you have to go and with a team and meet a goal. Some of them are games where you just kind of have fun and do stuff. Some of them are hangout spaces like Movie and Chill, where you could watch a movie, you could play pool, you could play pinball or skee ball, you know, and you're in this penthouse apartment with the city all around you. All right, so now I haven't really played this in a while, so, oh, what's going on? All right, so let's see, okay. So it's a race. All right, so if I had other people with me, we would be racing and I would wait for the countdown. All right, where's the race? All right. So I think I have to collect watermelons. Ah, I'm dying. All right, I'm done. Okay.
That was
So you get it, yeah. So that's the VR chat metaverse. And the last one we'll go to on the Quest is Engage. And Engage is in the education space. You can have a free account. A free account allows you to attend events. And you can create events as well, but you have a limit of 4 attendees. I have a yearly subscription, it's $50, and I can create events and have like 50 attendees. And I also have a range of locations to have my events in. So I'll just give you an example of an event space or a kind of event. So they have an events calendar. Now, this is not a social app, so there's really no like Plaza or Campfire. There are events that you can attend given by anybody. So like, here's a brief overview of German beer. So if I'm interested, you click you're interested, and they'll send you an email with a password, except this one is 6 a.m. So I don't think I'm going to go, but you can attend someone else's event. Or you can create your own event by starting a session. And they give you a variety of locations to hold your event in. So if I were, let's say if I were a history teacher and I could give my event in the White House, the Oval Office. Oops, spelled that wrong. I'm a lefty, that's why this is happening. Okay. So see how it says plus? So only a paid subscriber would have access to this particular location. I can start a session and have other people join me, either with a code or a link, or it listed publicly in the event list. Or I'm just going to do just me again, so this way we don't get any randoms.
So if I would like to join you, either you or me will have to start a session, right?
Right, one of us would need to start a session, and you would need the code. Because there's no friend list. It's not like you have to be friends.
Okay.
You know, you need a code. So whether you have an account with Engage or not, you can still attend as long as you have the code. So I have this room and I can invite 20 people, let's say students, to come and sit around. And they can move around freely. And I have access to what they call effects. So let's say I wanted to like put some a book on the desk. Let's see, let me get in the right position here.
We have a
There's
question.
yeah, go ahead.
Can you do a voice search when using the keyboard, assuming you're not running a webinar?
The Quest has voice search, but I'm not sure the voice search commands on the Quest work inside of Engage. So I really don't know the answer to that. If I were searching in Quest for something, yes, but in Engage, I'm not sure. Well, let's see. I mean, let's if we look at the keyboard, I don't see a microphone here, so I'm not seeing the ability to do a voice search. It might come. I mean, they update pretty regularly. So, you know, I could take this book and very carefully put it on the desk. No, you get the idea. I mean, it could be a little bit lower. You have to be really careful. I'm not good at this. Creating stuff is not, you know, that's Evie's forte. Or, you know, I could put a tiger in here, whatever. Any of these effects, I can make it rain in the White House or whatever. And so people could be invited to my event, and I could also give them access to the effects, and they could put effects out. So I've taken a lot of classes in Engage, I've taken art classes where we did art history, where we had, impressionist paintings on the wall and, slides about them. And then we went into an art studio where we tried our best to imitate the artist. I did an improv class, immersive storytelling, all kinds of different content. Oops, wait, hold on a second. I don't want to get out right yet. So in addition to being able to create your own session, there's preloaded content. And this is recorded by teachers or people who, make it publicly available. There's stuff here from Oxford University, Stanford, and some of them are like really cool. So I'll just show you this one I like, the skeleton assembly. So there's a lot of training applications for this. This is a class in putting together a skeleton. I mean, this way it's a lecture hall. And so you could have a slideshow on the whiteboard. You could use those pens to write on the blackboard. And the room is, you could have 20, 30 students and have somebody come down and say, where does the head go? Come on, head. Let's see, I don't want to put my finger through my computer here. So, okay, so, you can see like a middle school class trying to figure out, where does the femur go?
This is a great example of what to expect. Right now, it looks more like very chubby, very cartoonish, but as technology will grow, everything will look more realistic. It's just the fact that technology is there.
Right. Well, photorealism is just too graphics intensive, and we just don't have the processor power for it. So, you have to kind of take that leap of faith, and you feel like you're in a room. I mean, you feel like you're in a classroom when you actually have an instructor there talking to you, just like, you're on Zoom, you're still getting communication, and it's still making you feel the presence. So we're going to go out of Engage. And I think that's it in the headset. And then we'll go on to Decentraland, which is for PC only. So let me just power down and I'll be with you in a sec. Any other questions about the headset and Horizon? Or any of the Metaverse apps that we looked at? Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing for a sec, fix my hair, put on my glasses. Okay. So the last one we're going to look at.
Brian is asking, is the headset still comfortable after your session?
Well, it is because I bought a different head strap.
Oh,
So this is, it's padded and it's, it just has a different comfort level than the plastic one that came with it, which can be, it could hurt your forehead sometimes. Let me just get my, all right.
Does
Is it
Engage work window next round?
I don't think so. Now, AltSpace with mesh, there's another version of AltSpace called AltSpace Mesh. And that's, because it's a Microsoft product, they will, you can enter AltSpace with the HoloLens, with the mixed reality headset. And people have been meeting in AltSpace using the mesh. So the AltSpace we were in, the social space, is kind of like the stepchild to the other the other AltSpace with mesh. Oh, Lisa, you did engage in a mixed reality headset. Can you tell us about it? Because that's interesting. Well, all right, let me get my screen share up. So we're going to go to Decentraland. And we just go there on our browser. Decentraland is a transaction-based metaverse. It's getting a lot of attention because of its use of the blockchain and crypto and NFTs. Now, when you log into Decentraland, hold on, let me do this. Let me do full screen. Okay. If you just click this button to start exploring, there's two ways that you can access Decentraland. One is to play as a guest, and one is to link your crypto wallet. I don't have a crypto wallet, so I always play as a guest.
Zarella is asking who owns it. Decentraland, I believe.
Well, nobody really owns it. It was created by a foundation, and the goal is to sell all the land using their crypto called Mana, and letting the decentral autonomous organization run Decentraland. So there's no owner like Microsoft or Facebook or anything like that. It's what they call it, I guess they pronounce it DAO, D-A-O, decentral. Decentralized meaning that there's no owner, manager, it's not connected to any bank, they have their own crypto. And so when you spawn in to Decentraland, if you don't have an account, they give you a generic avatar, like in the purple pants. And you get around using your computer keyboard, the WASD keys, W to move forward, A to move to the right, D to move, D to go to the right. And I'm not much of a PC gamer, so you see a menu of events and a map here. I'm just going to press the escape key for a sec and bring up the menu of events. These are the highlighted things. I'm just going to click on events. So you can get a sense of the kind of things that you would see. They're a little different than, the comedy clubs that you might see in AltSpace or the Horizon Games. There's a lot of sales of NFTs and artworks and nightclubs and casinos. And it's not really, they don't really encourage, there's no friend system. So it's kind of everybody's wandering around on their own. So these are some of the worlds, I guess, that are available. But in order to build a world in Decentraland, you have to buy land. So you have to be a landowner to build a world. And you'll see again, casinos and games. There's some play to earn stuff, not a lot. We take a look at the map. So we can get around by navigating with the map, and you can see some of the worlds that are listed on the map. There's really no way to know much about what stuff is unless you do some exploring. And So these little squares is the land that you would buy, and then you would be able to build a world like this. Now, this whole block has been bought by a hedge fund who invested in the metaverse. I forgot their name. And they've leased out all of these spots to some very high-end clients. And we'll go over into in there and see who's there. I think, let's see, 9420. I had to do some research to find this. The Metajuku Mall. This is like the Rodeo Drive of Decentraland. So give it a minute to load in. You know, when it's on PC, it's not quite as immersive as in VR. But people come here to make connections, to buy and sell crypto, and to do business. Yeah, people aren't here to play. All right, so here I am in the Metajuku Mall, and there's JP Morgan. So JP Morgan is paying big money to have this little storefront in Decentraland. They're paying that hedge fund, who is the owner of the land. Let's see if I can get in there. There's the door. It's a little hard to move around. It's really a learning curve. So it's, you know, it gives you a little warning that no financial advice or products are being offered, because chances are you can meet somebody who could represent themselves as somebody who works for JP Morgan. So they're letting you know that they're not really transacting business here. It's just a storefront, you know, and they have some information about their crypto space, you know, how they use crypto, their crypto timeline. They have a little video about their crypto. I don't know why they have that tiger. Maybe because it's Year of the Tiger. I don't know. But this is, you know, when people say, oh, JP Morgan bought land in the metaverse, this is it. This is what they bought. Now, maybe sometime in the future, you know, they may actually do business here. You know, that's kind of the hope. You know, there are places like Adidas has a store, and Nike, and what they do is they sell digital assets. So you could buy a pair of Nike sneakers for your avatar. You know, of course, you have to use your crypto wallet, and then, you know, you would get those sneakers for your avatar, and you would be very cool. So a lot of it is about, you know, getting digital stuff and being cool. So let's see what else is around. Let's go somewhere else on the map. Maybe we can go to one of these art galleries and see what's going on. So here's an art gallery. We'll just click on there. So with a lot of these worlds, you know, it takes some time to connect with people, or maybe develop relationships and find people that you could, you know, spend time with in some event or some world. Sotheby's has a space in Decentraland, although they just got a lot of egg on their face because they were showing the CryptoPunk NFTs, and they were supposed to be auctioned off for something like 30 million, and all of a sudden they pulled the sale, and nobody quite knows why. So here we've got some artwork. So either somebody has bought this as an NFT, and they're showing it off, or it's for sale. So if you see, I just clicked on it and it says interact. It will take me to another domain. And let's see what it's about. So this art gallery bought land in Decentraland, built on it, and now they have this other place that they're taking you to. Whoa.
The graphic is better here.
Oh,
I know
can you
they
hear? Oh, I didn't share my sound, so you probably couldn't hear that.
we hear something,
Yeah.
but they
Um,
have their own engine. So Decentraland doesn't use Unity or anything like that. So they build their own engine, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
And it
well,
runs in the
Horizon,
browser.
Horizon 2 has their own. You can't use Unity, you have to use the creator tools. Same with Engage, you can't import anything into Engage, you have to use their creator tools. AltSpace, you can use Unity. VR Chat uses Unity with a compiler called the Udon, I believe. So yeah, so again, they're all different. They're all, they're all metaverse platforms, but they all have different perspectives and different takes. So I think that's we're good for tonight, and I'll take any questions.
Yeah,
Am I
that
still
was great.
sharing the screen? No.
Go
Okay.
ahead, guys, ask any questions. Hold on, let me.
No.
No, that was great. Like even I'm a creator, so I'm spending all my time in 3D modeling and Unity. So I barely know what's going on because I'm building my own metaverse, which is travel related. And hopefully I'll make a tour one day when it's ready. No questions, but thank you so much. Very informative.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, my cat's got to show us. Yeah, no, get a Zoom meeting.
have a
And he knows
question,
how to
actually.
open the door.
Go ahead, Zara.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so for Decentraland, since nobody owns it, just the people that started it, how does it have a limit, or it's just like an infinite thing that it just keeps growing and growing?
No,
and
it's
nobody
limited.
owns?
Yeah, the map has parameters. They've decided they're only going to sell X amount of land. And then when people buy land, then they start trading. And so people could sell the land they buy, and set their own price. So there's a marketplace in Decentraland. The other places don't have a marketplace, but Decentraland does, where you can buy their crypto, or you could buy land, or you could buy digital, other digital assets.
Sandbox.
Thank you.
What's that other one?
Yeah, Sandbox and yeah, I don't
There's
know.
a lot more. We just don't have a lot of time to do it. Maybe we'll do part 2.
There's about 200 different metaverse platforms.
Yeah.
There's more every day.
What do you say in about 6 months, maybe in the fall, we can do part 2, and we do, Sandbox. Somebody's offering here Omniverse.
Yeah.
Have
I
you-
haven't been in Omniverse. Is it? So I don't know. I don't have an opinion. I can take a look at it.
Yeah. No, that was really fun. Any other questions, guys? And if not, then we'll see you on April 7th. It's going to be in person again and collaboratory, but you can also join on Zoom. And yeah. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
It was great.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Okay.
Linda. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Thank you. And anyone wants to join me in the metaverse?
Yes, please. How can
yeah.
we find you? Can you share your email or?
Well, if you look at that document on the link, I have my email and website. I'll type in my Oculus username. So you can friend me on Oculus. It's Lynn Fisher, LINFISHR. Actually, I think in my photograph, it's on top of my head. And so, you know, if you want to hang out and you see me online, just, you know.
Yeah, here's the document one more time of the places that we came. And I will also post it on the meetup, the recording of today's meeting and the link to her slide. All right, thank you, everyone.
Okay, good night.
Good night, Linda. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm gonna end the meeting right now.